Greetings out there. My name is Wilson Motoa from Grace Impact Center. I'm speaking about a woman of excellence. Now, from the beginning, God created both male and a female. So, and the purpose is to complement each other, not to compete. And God made man to, or God made man to sleep. And of course, the purpose was to create the woman. And he took a rib from his side, and then he closed that place when the man was deep asleep, and then from that rib he created a woman. I want to believe that this is a figurative description of what God did. We don't know. There are some deep aspects of this creation that we may not be able to capture. But now, figuratively, the rib communicates the idea of three things, because when the woman is now created from the rib, because God would have actually created this woman from any other part of his body, but he specifically went to the rib, and the rib cage has three functions. One, protection. Two, support, and also aiding respiratory processes in the human body. And so the woman's role in a man's life, it is to protect, to offer protection, to create that womanhood dimension by way of brooding and creating a context where she can protect the name of the family, she can protect the integrity and the name of the man and all that. She offers protection even of her children, and even the way a hen offers protection of her chicks through brooding over. And also support system. The man needs a woman as a supporter. See, this man cannot be able to effectively execute the mandate of God in his life without this support system with a woman, and also respiratory aid, okay, aiding in respiratory processes. And the purpose of this is to enhance its functionality, because respiratory speak of functionality, breathing in, breathing out. This man is able to function effectively, and so he needs a woman to enhance his functionality, the issue of breathing in and breathing out, in order for him to remain a fruit in his calling. And so this woman is very important. She offers support. She's a support system. She offers protection. She because the rib cage offers protection to those very delicate organs in the human body, and also activating and enhancing functionality of this man. So this woman was brought in this man's life not to compete with him. There is this narrative that it is said out there. And when Jesus came, he had actually to change a number of narratives that were inaccurate. I remember in his teachings, he would say, it was said, but now I say, it was said, of old, but now I say. And so we can also re-paraphrase or change that narrative that what a man can do, a woman can do even better. That narrative is wrong, is inaccurate, because the woman did not come to compete with the man or to do better than the man. The woman came to complement. She came as a rib to offer a support system, to offer protection, and also to enhance the functionality of manhood in this man, to activate certain dimensions. And that's why when Adam saw his wife, he actually exclaimed, and he actually took a deep breath. He breathed in and he breathed out, because this woman, when she came into Adam's life, he actually activated him, and the man actually began to declare things that formerly he could not be able to say, and he became more effective, were it not for now the intrusion of sin in this particular context. And therefore, the woman's role in a man's life is not one of competing with him, or overdoing him, or doing better than him, because she's not there to compete with him, but to complement him, as it were, even from the beginning. And so today I'm speaking about a woman of excellence, and Proverbs chapter 31, we see Lemuel's mother advising her son regarding his conduct as a king, and the wife he needed to really consider for marriage. This lady is actually trying to develop this boy child, and this tells us that women play a very pivotal role in the development of the boy child. They should not neglect that responsibility, because God has raised them as also mentors even of the boy child. Where there is that part of a man in the boy's life, women, especially because of their maternal nature, and even from the beginning, from very early in the development of children. They are the ones who are taking care of these children. The maternal dimension should be positively or should positively be used to impact the lives of this boy child. She advises this king to make sure that he focuses on effective public service. Her advice focuses first on how to conduct oneself in the public service, and he's telling the king not to indulge with women who actually are responsible for destroying kings. And also alcoholism. These are issues to do with morality issues, issues to do with self-control, indulging, and also not allowing to be intoxicated by power or other things that may come with the power or trappings of power as a king, and also other things that can ensnare him and which can also lead to the destruction of kings. So she is trying to mentor this young man to be able to effectively offer a public service as a king, and advises her and the man on the quality of a woman this young man should consider for a wife. And the first quality is a woman who is highly valued. A woman who is highly valued, who can find such a woman who has more value than rubies. A woman who has great value. You cannot compare her value with rubies or money or gold, meaning you can't pay money to buy a woman because she's highly valued. These are the quality of an excellent woman, and they are stated by the mother of Remuel, the mother to this king. A woman who is trustworthy, a woman whom her husband trusts her. And the other thing is consistent in acting right. Her husband always trusts her because she's always right. And we see a woman who is very hardworking, a woman who is very entrepreneurial, who has an entrepreneurial mindset. She sees a piece of land and plans to buy it. This is an entrepreneur, and she is described like a merchantship. And also a woman who is very generous, a very generous woman who actually distributes and supports the poor. Also a woman who is proactive, a woman who prepares her family for winter. I mean, this woman is proactive. She does not respond when crisis comes. She is proactive. She prepares or she makes provision for winter, meaning before winter, she's able to respond even to oncoming situations and seasons. Clothed with the purity and righteousness. This woman is clothed with purity and righteousness. A woman who supports manhood development and empowerment. A woman who believes in manhood development and empowered, because the Bible says in Proverbs 31 that her husband is known when he sits with the elders at the gate. Her husband is known when he sits with the elders at the gate. She's a strong supporter of manhood development and empowerment because her husband is known. Her husband is known when he sits with the elders at the gate, and his ability to rule and to execute judgment at the gate. This man is able to be, actually, his empowerment comes from home. And so her husband, this woman's husband is known as the husband sits. Okay, her husband is known because of her contribution and her belief and support of this manhood development. The husband is known as he sits with the men at the gate. Seasoned speech. She's a woman of seasoned speech. That is what Proverbs 31 is telling us. A woman of seasoned speech. Now, Remuel's mother is giving a prophet to her son, the kind of a woman that he should consider for a wife. She is praised by her children. She is praised by her children and even her husband, that her children will arise, and even her husband, and praise her. Meaning she is praised by the members of her household, and even a woman who fears God. And this woman excels them all. That is Proverbs 31 verse 29. Many daughters have done well, but you excel them all. And she is really trying to describe this kind of a woman. Again, in New Living Translation, there are many virtuous women out there and capable women in the world, but you surpass them all. That's a good statement for a man to actually speak about his wife. She's highly valued. This woman is highly valued. I don't want to go back there, but I've looked at some of the issues that Remuel's mother highlighted with regard to this or the kind of a woman her son should consider for marriage. This is a virtuous woman, a woman who is able to really advise her son. And now from her advice, we see now the quality of a woman who is highly valued. She's trustworthy. She's consistent in her action and act, hardworking, very entrepreneurial woman, and also very generous, a proactive woman. She's clothed with purity and righteousness, a woman who believes in the support of manhood development and empowerment because her husband is known as he sits with the elders at the gate, seasoned speech praised by her children, and a woman who fears God. Thank you. And I believe that you'll be that woman of excellence wherever you are. As a woman, God has called you to be a woman of excellence, not to compete with your husband, but to complement him. God bless you. My name is Wilson Mutua from Grace Impact Center, Juja. Shalom, shalom.